Is Bristol, Tennessee a good place to live? Hi, I'm Kim Henninger. I was born and raised in Bristol, Tennessee, and want to talk about whether Bristol really is a good place to live. Born and raised in Bristol, I left the area in 1987 and lived elsewhere for roughly 35 years. I've lived in 5 other cities besides Bristol. Some were big, such as Atlanta, and some were small. I decided to move back here in 2019, and I want to share with you from a hometowner, yet outsider's perspective, why I love living in Bristol. I'm a local real estate agent with the home team, which is brokered by eXp Realty, and I'm here to answer the question, is Bristol, Tennessee a good place to live? I was born in Bristol Memorial Hospital in the mid-60s. I spent most of my childhood years growing up here. I went to local schools. I went to Avoca Elementary, Vance Middle, and Bristol Tennessee High School, which by the way are all excellent schools. I just didn't know it at the time. After 3 years at King College here in Bristol, I left for Georgia Tech in 1987 to finish my education, and except for quick visits to see family, mostly for the holidays, I didn't get to see much of the area until moving back here in 2019. So although I did spend 20 years of my life as a Bristolian, I was gone for about 35 years. So maybe I can offer you a different perspective on the area and why now I call Bristol home. Many of you watching this may not know much about Bristol, so let me explain why I think Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia is indeed a good place to live by talking more about the town. Firstly, what is Bristol, Tennessee best known for? Firstly, you might say the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's grown greatly since I was here as a child. But it's on the NASCAR circuit. They have night races there. It's pretty well known, and I think it's one of the fan favorites. Secondly, a lot of people may know that the city straddles the Tennessee-Virginia state line. So downtown Bristol's State Street is half in Tennessee and half in Virginia. Thirdly, Bristol is the birthplace of country music, not Nashville as many people might assume. And there's an interactive museum downtown that makes it a great place to visit. So why do people like to live in Bristol? It's got that small town feel, but still good opportunities for outdoor activities and community involvement. The people here are nice. 27,000 live on the Tennessee side of town, while about 17,000 live on the Virginia side of town. So it is a small town, but it's not so small you don't have here what you need. Bristol has a low cost of living. The average price on a 3-bed, 2-bath house in the county is roughly $175,000. If you're in the city, you're looking more at about $201,000, $202,000. It's very affordable compared to much of the country. Now, if you want to take advantage of some tax advantages by living in one state or the other, Bristol gives you that opportunity. Border towns offer that to you. So here's an example. If you happen to live in Bristol, Tennessee, you'll benefit by not having state income tax, which Tennessee does not have, yet you can save money on your sales tax by going across the other side of town and buying groceries, whatever you need to buy. So the Tennessee side of town, our sales tax might be near 9% in the state of Tennessee, but in Virginia it's closer to 4.5%. So, you get the best of both worlds. Something I didn't appreciate when I lived here before is just how beautiful the area is. We're surrounded by the Appalachian Mountains everywhere. Bristol now has a greatly improved nightlife that features quite a bit of live music, and that was missing when I was growing up here, and that's a welcome addition. Bristol is one of the Tri-Cities, the other two being Kingsport and Johnson City. Kingsport's more of a heavy manufacturing type city, while Johnson City has the East Tennessee State University. The whole area's population between the Tri-Cities and then the counties in between is roughly 285,000 people. So it's good size, but it's not so big. So if you don't find what you need in Bristol, the other two cities might have it, and they're just 20-25 minutes away. So what are some things to do in the area? Hiking is amazing here, with probably 15 parks here in Bristol. Plus you've got the South Holston Lake and the TVA Dam for boating. The South Holston River is known as some of the best fly fishing in the U.S. You've got the Mendota Trail, which is on the Virginia side, and it is a rail-to-trail project. It's about 12.5 miles, and it's good for biking and hiking. Just roughly 90 minutes from Bristol, you've got 2 ski resorts in the mountains of North Carolina. You've got Asheville, North Carolina, and roughly you're 2.5 hours from Gatlinburg, the Smoky Mountains, and Knoxville, Tennessee. So there's a lot of things, outdoor activities particularly, you can do if you live in Bristol. You can visit the birthplace of the Country Music Museum. When I grew up here, the downtown was lacking, run down like a lot of cities in the U.S. back in the 80s. Now it's very walkable. They've got restaurants, there are microbreweries, distilleries, a lot of antique shopping. There's some live music venues, unique shopping opportunities, a lot of things to do downtown. If you're into caving, you can always check out Bristol Caverns, and I've not been there since I was a kid on a field trip. Yearly, there's the Rhythm and Roots Festival. That happens every fall. And what they do is they will shut down State Street and have 13 stages, and over the 3 days of the festival, they have over 100 bands performing and all types of music. Schools. Many of the elementary schools in the area get at least a 7 out of 10 rating, and the one city high school gets an 8 out of 10, which has about 1,200 students. And there's several county high schools around as well. So what do you need to know about Bristol and Tri-Cities before moving here? Well, job opportunities are more limited than they used to be. Manufacturing is down. Now mostly service jobs such as healthcare, hospitality, and retail within the city are the norm. Now, Bristol, Virginia received approval for a casino to be operated by Hard Rock Hotel. That's expected in the last quarter of 2022 on the side of the Old Bristol Mall. They expect roughly 4 million visitors annually, and this is going to bring a lot of jobs to town. How has Bristol changed in the last 35 years? Well, the Bristol Mall is gone, as many malls in the U.S. are, and it will become the site of the new casino. On the Virginia side of town, Exit 7 was developed and offers tons of shopping and dining options. The Pinnacle, which is relatively new, near the Virginia border but on the Tennessee side, was recently constructed and seems to still be growing. Downtown's revitalization is my favorite change, with restaurants, microbreweries, shopping, live music venues. Truthfully though, not much else has changed, and really that's fine with me. That's how I like it. What do I personally like? The people are nice. Comparatively, you hear very little bad in the local news. There's no traffic. I've been here over a year and a half. I've yet to be stuck in traffic one single time. So beautiful. We're surrounded by the Appalachian Mountains, their trails, their lakes, their streams, their rivers. I didn't realize it growing up. I took it all for granted, but this is a beautiful area. And I have to say, I've never been happier. I'm very happily married. I'm now near most of my family and reconnecting with them, plus some old friends, and I'm home. For those of you that have really never left the area and have regrets about not getting away, feeling like you've missed out on something, don't assume the grass is greener. In my case, it wasn't. There are just some of the reasons that I think, as the sign says, Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia is a good place to live. I'd love to hear what you think about living in the area if you're a Bristolian. And if you're thinking about moving to our area and have never seen our town, I encourage you to visit and see what you think. And if you are thinking of buying or selling a home in the Bristol, Tennessee area, let me know. I'll answer any questions you have because we're here to help. If you liked what I had to say, please hit the like button. We also post new videos weekly, so if you want to know more about our area, selling or buying homes, and what the real estate market is really like, we'd love for you to subscribe. See you on the next video.